When Tariq wanted to start an ice cream business, he conducted a market survey. From his inquiries, he found out that the best ice cream machine on the market cost $100,000. And so he bought the machine and was ready to start producing ice cream. $100,000 was Tariq's fixed cost. It is called fixed cost because whatever the level of output, the cost remains unchanged. It wouldn't really matter if Tariq produces a dozen boxes or 3 dozen boxes of ice cream. The price of his machine will not change simply because he decides to use the machine less or more on some weeks. Tariq decided to sell his ice cream in cones. So he searched and found a cone manufacturer who sold cones to him at $240 for a dozen boxes. So he bought a dozen boxes of cones and started selling his ice cream. On some weeks, the demand for ice cream was so high that Tariq would spend $720 on 36 boxes of ice cream cones. And on some weeks, when the demand for ice cream was low, Tariq would only spend $240 on a dozen boxes. Now, we can see that the amount he spends on cones varies on a weekly basis, depending on the demand for ice cream. This is called the variable cost because it is not a constant and it can be changed depending on the level of demand. The total cost Tariq used to set up his ice cream business is gotten by adding the fixed cost to the variable cost. These types of costs give him a general idea of his business cost. But if he wants a better idea of how to set prices for the sale of his ice cream and other costs, he will need to stick to our next lessons. So, to bring this lesson to an end, let us go over what we have learned. The total cost, TC, is the cost of all fixed costs plus variable cost. The variable cost, VC, is the cost of materials. This changes depending on how much output is produced. And the fixed cost is the cost of equipment, buildings, that does not change depending on the output that is produced. All right then, friends, that will be all for now. I will see you in the next lesson. Goodbye.